There's that scene in Unicorn City where the two twins are in the tent sleeping and they're facing each other. They're like an inch away from each other, and they're like, this scene is intentionally showing them like mouth breathing on each other in their sleep, and I'm just like, ugh. It like, gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yes, I have trouble sleeping next to somebody for all those reasons. Like, I need this much space around my breathing.
Oh yeah.
I can't have anybody else breathing in this space.
Like when we cuddle, and sometimes I'll like turn my head some crazy direction. It's because I can't.
Me too.
Someone's
it's like,
breath could be. They could have just brushed their teeth and gargled, and I will still like, please don't breathe. Like I don't want to breathe your breath. I don't know. It's just
because it's used.
I don't
It's got a bunch of carbon dioxide in it.
It's
not, yeah, it doesn't have as much oxygen. You don't want that. I mean, if CPR, sure, but you know, otherwise I don't want to breathe your breath.
No.
Unless I'm casting a spell where I need to steal your breath. I need to breathe in your breath to cast a spell. But other than that, I do not want to breathe your breath.
Red says, I'm going to mouth breathe on you next time I see you, sister. No.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's used air. That's one of the things we would do during our, when I was doing the stretch classes. Part of our routine was breathing out and then breathing out more as much as you possibly can to get rid of like old stale air that may be sitting in your lungs.
I didn't realize that was a thing until this wasn't the best thing, but we realized I was a teenager and I smoked cigarettes, and so as a spoof, I'd be sitting in class and I'd get one of my buddies make eye contact, and I'd push the bottom of my lungs and be able to get smoke to come out.
Oh my god. So the smoke and tobacco smoke was actually just sitting in my lungs. Oh my god.
Because we don't breathe fully and deeply and open up all the alveoli.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yep. Anybody who's a smoker, just a couple minutes after a cigarette, just wait like 2 minutes, they can still get some smoke out.
That's so bad.
Yeah, smoking's bad.
Well.
Not breathing. Posture, once again, helps. You'd think we would be better at breathing. We've been doing it all our lives.
I'm so bad.
And I'm like a rookie. I've been practicing for the last few years. I've been like studying breathing techniques. I don't know how to pronounce any of the names of the breathing techniques, but you know, I've been studying how to count. It's so simple. And yet, and I put very little practice in, even though I've been trying to be mindful of it. Crazy.
Yeah.
Perfect example of not having free will. You breathe without, you can't even help it. Like you don't even have free will over it. You can't hold your breath to death.
Yeah.
So I might as well master it consciously because it's not something I have free will over. Wow, that's crazy to really think about it that way.
Posture is very hard to do well. Something else I learned in stretch class was when you're thinking about posture, just tilt your hips forward. Don't think about straightening your shoulders or straightening your back. Simply rotate, pivot your hips forward, and the rest will naturally align.
Yeah, because you don't want to be bending over.
Right. Because whenever you're slouching, your hips are back. And you're sitting on, like you want to sit on, as we would say, the bones, like those two bones on like the bottom of your butt, on your hip, your hip bones. That's ideally what you want to sit on. And it's hard to keep that, but if you just do it for 30 seconds, and a minute.
That's a good thought though, because you're looking at the core part
Right.
of the mechanism. I was always thinking shoulders back.
Yes.
And that makes your hips go back more. And then it's easier to slunch back
Right.
down.
Yeah.
But if I move my hips
Pivot your
forward,
hips forward.
then it's not as easy to slunch back down because I'm going to end up going forward. Ha. Just like I was saying the other day, get in the posture to lift something before you go down. Don't bend over and then expect to all of a sudden change. That's what people do. They bend over and then they expect to use their legs to lift, and you're not in a position to get your ass on the ground to do that.
Yeah. Awful lifting. Yeah.
It feels weird because a proper lift feels awkward. You feel dorky almost. It's not a
Right.
fluid feeling movement.
Right.
You don't move like the gazelle when you're lifting a box. You're like Ricky the Robot. I am ready to lift box now.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part for me in learning how to lift. In good posture, because I always want to be like, oh.
Right. This was, oh my god.
So much food.
A lot of food. But such good food. Oh. You even lift, bro? Do you lift? Lift that water glass.
When you go to the gym, I lift the gym.
Oh. Don't have time to go to the gym? There is heavy shit all around you. I promise.